Hello and welcome to this edition of Exotic Gardening UK. Finally, today it's stopped raining. I know it's been a patchy picture across the country over the last few weeks. Some have not had any rain at all, but we've had constant rain pretty much for 2 weeks now, apart from the odd hot day. And last week especially was very cold and depressing. But finally today, Sunday, the sun's come out. It feels warm enough just to wear a t-shirt in the garden, and it's meant obviously I can get out and do some jobs. So here's what's happening in today's episode. Now you may remember a few months ago we talked about moving these palm trees, including this Trachycarpus Yorkshire, because it's coming over the path now. It's grown really big, and we've got the big Jabea in the middle that needs all this space. And at the time, I think it was back in April, we went round and we sort of cut through the soil like a square around the base of the palm. We severed all the roots around about 30-40 centimetres away from the trunk, and we did that with all the palms in this area because that is a really good way to stop obviously the roots going on further, and also stimulated new root growth at the point where they were cut in preparation for moving them. So now, a few months later, we're going to actually dig up this palm tree and move it to its new location. And we're going to do that over the next year or so with the other palms in this area. Down at the base of the palm, I've actually got a few things that I need to move. I've got the water supply pipe that was watering this area, so I can just pull this out, get it out of the way so I don't cut through the pipe. I've got this begonia that's come back from last year, and down there's also a spider plant that's come back from last year. So I think the spider plant's fine where it is, but this begonia is going to be coming with this palm because it's in the area of where I've cut round for the roots. I'll just take this out, move that out of the way for now, and then just get in with the spade and dig up the palm. Now you can see on this palm, I've dug it up, the roots, none of them are massively thick. They don't have tap roots, do Trachycarpus palm trees, so they're no thicker than about 2 or 3 centimetres across, even the thickest roots. And it hasn't actually got a massive root ball actually on this one, even though it's been in the ground for several years now. And it's actually grown sort of a big base under the ground and then shot up at an angle. It did start growing at this point, and it's moved this way and grown at that angle. So because I've not got a massive root ball, I do need to cut off a few leaves just so that it doesn't die basically from drying out, because it will evaporate and transpire loads of water from the leaves, but if it hasn't got the water coming up from the roots, then it will die. I want this to establish quickly. So I'm going to cut off a few of the leaves, and they are absolutely gorgeous leaves. These are bluey white on the underside, 360 degrees all the way around, and a really stunning hardy palm. So I'm going to cut off a couple more, so it won't be left with many leaves because it doesn't produce many, but it is important to reduce that transpiration and water loss. So that's 2, probably cut off another one as well. And because it's been growing at an angle, now I've got this opportunity to straighten it up. So I will plant it underground, obviously the trunk is slightly underground, but I'll get it growing vertically in this area, and it won't be growing at an angle, and it'll go hopefully establish quickly and go straight up. So now it's time to get it into the ground. Got this nice hole prepared for where the Amesia zygomaris was a couple of months ago when I transplanted that one. I'll add some more compost, some Dunnins number 3, mix that around, and we'll get this sorted. Then I just needed to give it a really good drench of water with some seaweed extract fertiliser just to activate the new roots and let it settle in. And now we can see the wonderful palm leaves, very narrow leaflets and blue underside to the leaves. And this will grow and be a stunning addition to this part of the garden. Now there's only one thing left to do, and that's put the name tag so we know what it is. Thank you for watching this edition of Exotic Gardening UK. Join me next week where I'll be doing more in the garden.